the baby?
Corey's, what did you find out?
Not much.
Caroline, look, I asked you to find out about Evan. I really need to find out what you know.
He's not back yet. Nobody's seen him.
Okay, what about his mail?
Oh, the doorman's holding it, and his newspapers too, and there's a hell of a pile. Have you checked with the police this morning?
Yeah, I check with the police, and every time I tell them something's wrong, they say, well, your wife has called, hasn't she? So she's not really missing.
Frankly, I am really worried about Evan.
Yeah, well, frankly, I think you've got good reason to be. Evan and Amanda are in trouble somewhere.
I know.
And it's because of this guy, Dustin Trent.
Father, wait.
What is it, dear?
Well, it's just that I thought maybe...
Well, is something wrong?
No. No, nothing's wrong. Well, it's just it's been so many years, and you've only stayed for less than an hour.
Darling, your father's a very busy man.
Well, it is unfortunate about this meeting that I have to attend.
Couldn't you put it off?
We'll be visiting him in 2 months. We'll have lots of time to be together then.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to that.
No, Father, really. It's been so long. Can't you just stay here and talk a little longer?
Since I am the chairman, I guess I could always call the meeting off. Well, why not?
Oh, Father, that's wonderful.
I suppose I could stay a day or two.
I was aware of that.
Aware of what, please?
Like you said, things were real tense between Jason and Vicky.
When?
The week before he died.
How did this tension manifest itself?
Jason was constantly hounding Vicky.
Harassing her?
Right.
Why was he doing this?
Objection?
Sustained. I'll rephrase the question, Your Honor. Do you know what Jason was using to threaten Vicky?
Yes, I know.
Would you tell the court, please?
If Cass asks me why Jason was after you, I'm gonna tell him the truth.
Mr. McKinnon. Jake? Would you like me to repeat the question?
No. I'll tell you exactly what I know.
May I remind you, you're under oath.
I'll tell you the truth.
Dustin. I warned Evan about him.
See, the way I figure it, Evan's involved too.
Well, Evan was really concerned about Amanda. He was even asking if Dustin was spending time with her.
There you go. See, Evan tries to help Amanda, then he disappears too.
Are you sure that they're not working on a story?
Caroline, look, I'm telling you, phone call or no phone call, Amanda would not be gone this long.
Well, where would she be?
All right, that's another strange thing about this. The last time I talked to her, she told me to read this to Allie.
The country mouse and the city mouse? Well, I guess it's only natural she's missing a daughter.
No, but it's about a city mouse that's taken to the country.
Yes.
I think Amanda was trying to tell me something.
That she's been taken to the country?
Right.
Well, what would she be doing in the country if she's investigating video match?
Exactly. Doesn't make any sense, does it? No. Unless you figure that Amanda was not working on the video match story.
And that's where Dustin comes in.
Right. This guy, Dustin Trent, was her hottest lead on that story.
Evan tried to call him.
When?
Just before he disappeared.
I've got to talk to this guy, Dustin, except
Yes.
I can't. He checked out of his hotel, and there's no trace.
Well, the hotel's got to have his address on file.
No, no deal. He had all of his bills put to the hotel, and this thing doesn't give me any clue as to where he might be.
So I guess this is a dead end, too.
I gotta find Amanda. I don't care what anybody tells me. Something is wrong. Something is really wrong.
Calm down. What about Lauren, that woman that was talking to her?
She doesn't know anything. She's not talking. Maybe Dustin got to her, too.
Got to her?
Yeah, see, Dustin Trent's at the bottom of this. I know it.
What do we know about him?
Not much. I only met him once, and this thing tells me he likes horseback riding and museums and all that other stuff that rich people like.
That's it. I know where we can find him.
Yes, yes, that would be wonderful, Stuart. 2 more days, Julia would love that.
Well, but I really do mean to. Then I absolutely must be back in New York.
Thank you, Father.
No, don't you thank me. You're right. This will give us a chance of really getting acquainted.
Oh, but it's so nice for you to cancel your plans.
Speaking of which, may I use your phone?
Yes, of course. I'll show you where it is.
Well, why don't we all go together? Just let me make one quick call first. I need to cancel something.
Cancel?
And then I'll have Andrews make up your room.
Well, what is it you have to cancel? It's not on my account, I hope.
No. No, it's all right.
Well, is it something important?
No. No, I'd rather not say
But
anything.
why not, darling? We never keep anything from each other. Remember?
Yes, it's just not important.
Now, Dustin, if I'm ruining your
I'm
plans
just
by
kind of
staying...
embarrassed, that's all. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Well, what was?
I bought tickets for Julie and me. A 2-week cruise to Hawaii, a sort of a second honeymoon. We were supposed to leave in just a couple of hours.
Well, good heavens, I wouldn't dream of
No,
staying...
no, Father, really, I would... Dustin will understand. I'd really much rather spend time with you than to go on a cruise.
But, darling, this is something very special.
No, really, Father, I don't like
Nonsense, I'm not going to listen to this.
Well, maybe I shouldn't even have mentioned it.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you did. There are 2 people flying in from Europe for this meeting, and if I canceled...
But you said that you would stay.
But darling, we have perfect solution now, don't we?
What?
After your cruise.
No.
After your cruise,
Father,
you
no,
and Dustin
really.
are going to stay with me, and we'll have lots of time together.
No,
No,
Father,
I really
please.
must-
The car's waiting right out front,
Just
sir.
that last flight. Now,
Yes.
Father, no, please stay.
I remember her this way as a small child. Oh, Julia, darling. I am going to see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye now. You certainly became very beautiful.
Let me show you out.
Good. Now, you have my office number?
Yes, of course.
Fine. And Monday we'll call and make arrangements.
If you don't mind.
How'd it go?
For Dustin? Wonderful.
Right?
And no funny stuff. Either one of you.
Right, I just want to be with the woman I love.
I couldn't get him to stay. I almost had him convinced.
Well, I must congratulate you. Amanda, you were terrific. You were so much like Julia. Sometimes I just want to take you with me.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you get the wood?
Yeah, we're all set. Is your mom around?
No. Sorry.
Listen, you don't have to feel guilty about reading that. It's pretty sensational stuff. After all, a Vietnam vet cracks up on the witness stand.
Doc, that's not what it says.
Well, might as well. You believe I did it? You believe I killed your uncle?
No. No, I just think that it must have been really hard to testify.
Wasn't exactly a piece of cake.
Well, don't worry, because Mama's gonna fix everything.
You what?
I promised I wouldn't say anything.
What do you mean, Charlene's gonna
Oh,
fix
I had to
everything?
open my big mouth, didn't I?
Josie!
She was upset. She read the paper this morning, and it made her feel really bad.
She's gonna testify, isn't she? She at the courthouse right now?
Yes, but she just wants to help, John. John! She just wants to help.
Jake, it's very simple, really. If you know why Jason was threatening Vicky, then tell us.
It was because of the lawsuit.
That's it, no other reason.
She was suing the guy. He was upset.
And because you're a close friend of Vicky's, you knew about this harassment.
Right.
Can you account for your whereabouts at the time of Jason Frame's murder?
That's a problem. You see,
Yes or no, please. Do you have an alibi?
No, I was alone.
Thank you. That's all. No more questions.
Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Your Honor, at this time, due to the fact that my next witness was just added to the list, I'd like to request a short recess.
Very well. This court stands in recess for 1 hour.
I'm glad you wised up.
Can we go someplace and talk?
No, Vicky. No more stalling, no more deals. If you don't call and make an appointment for that paternity test, I'm gonna tell Cass to put me back up on the witness stand. I mean it.
All right. All right. I'll make the appointment.
When?
I've got an appointment with Dr. Peterson on Friday. I'll have her do the blood test.
You're gonna call now.
Hi.
Hi. Don't tell me you're here to testify, too.
No, I just thought I would sit in for a while, but what do you mean testify to?
That's why I'm here. I'm going to testify.
You're going to do what?
You know, Morgan, I could have objected to you bringing in a witness that wasn't on the original list.
I appreciated that you didn't.
Oh, well, how about turning that appreciation into a few less objections as to how I phrased my questions?
You know, I just let you take Jake McKinnon through that entire Victoria Frame rigmarole on cross-examination.
Yeah, for all the good it did me.
Cass, there's a standard procedure for interrogating a witness. Now, if you're that rusty, maybe you shouldn't have taken the case on in the first place.
So, who's this new witness?
Charlene Watts. She'll be a rebuttal witness.
To prove that John didn't do it?
That's right.
Honey, do you have to do this? I mean, her brother was just murdered. All right, I understand. Just do me a favor. Just don't come after her the way you did John,
I
all
will
right?
be as gentle as I possibly can. After all, we want the jury to be on our side when this is over.
Yeah, but he can't let her have a free ride. You're the one on trial here.
She's obviously the one who volunteered to take the stand.
By the way, did you see this?
No.
Chicago paper is running the whole story on the trial, so obviously it's no longer local.
Honey, let's not worry about that.
No, but it's a whole biography on me.
Where did they get that old photograph?
It's from a school yearbook, is it?
No, it's, my stepfather didn't believe in such things as school photographs. It was taken by, a boy in my class.
Cass, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. Excuse me.
Who took the photograph, Luke?
Yeah. He tried so hard to give me the things that Noah would never allow.
Mitch, can I see you for a second, please?
Be right back.
Dustin loves horses.
That's what I just said. He likes everything that rich people like. So?
When he lived in New York, he had a black stallion called Midnight. He was stabled up in Connecticut, and every weekend he'd go and visit him.
So what? He's a horse then. How does it help me find Amanda?
Don't you see? He would have had the horse moved to Bay City.
Horses.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Look, I wasn't putting it together.
But he's been here too long for him to have left the horse behind.
Right, so we find the horse.
That's my
Find
guess.
Dustin, yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
You got it?
Yeah. All these places, all these stables are south of town.
All right.
Where the country mice live. You're kidding. Let's go. Come on.
We don't have to go home to use the phone. We can use the one right here.
I see it.
What's the matter, Vicky? You want me to look the number up for you?
No, thanks. I know it.
Make the call.
I remember the first day I met you.
What?
Remember we were about 11 years old back in Lassiter?
We don't have time for this, Vicky.
That guy Harriman, you remember him, right? He was mad at me because I said something about him and he was gonna beat the tar out of me, but you came along and you decked him. Oh, boy. Did you deck him, and you were my hero.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Make the call.
We grew up together. We looked out for each other.
Yeah, and we got in a lot of trouble together.
Yeah, but we always made sure the other one was okay.
That was a long time ago.
You said all you wanted was for me to be happy. I am happy. Don't you see I'm happier than I've ever been before? Don't take that away from me.
We have been over this and over this. All I want to know is the truth.
Isn't Marley enough for you? She loves you, Jake. Why can't that be enough? Why do you have to take away everything I have?
Look, Vicky, I want you to be happy. But I cannot let this go. I just can't.
Don't do this.
I want to know the truth about Stephen.
What about Stephen?
I looked up your address in the phone book. I was kind of hoping you could look over this job application for me.
Sure.
Thanks, Josie. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Come on in.
This is nice. You know, I mean, it's comfy. It's
Ruben,
home.
what is this?
What?
You've only filled out half the application.
Yeah, I know. You know, I filled out the good parts, you know?
Hey, what's this supposed to be? Is this a joke?
Yes, it was meant to be a joke.
Ruben, they don't want your sense of humor. They want references.
Well, I ain't got no references, all right? And maybe I don't want to work at that spa anyway.
I thought you said you needed a job.
Yeah, some job. More like a trap.
Okay, where else have you applied?
I've been around.
Ruben, you're not even trying.
Look, if I ain't, then that's my problem, all right, Josie?
What is wrong with you? You're smart, you're funny. What are you running away from?
Who's running? I ain't running, Josie.
You're afraid to get a job, aren't you?
That's it, I'm going.
Wait, you think you can't prove yourself? You won't...
Look, I don't need to be preached at, okay? I don't want to be preached at by you.
I'm just trying to help.
Look, here. This was at the law office.
What's this?
It's a birth certificate. What does it look like?
This can't be my birth certificate. Wait a minute, what does this mean?
Don't pack my gray suit. I'll be wearing that.
Oh, what about the horse?
The horse has a name, Andrews. Use it!
What about midnight?
There'll be a handler taking care of those arrangements. You won't have to do a thing. But make sure the kitchen is spotless.
Yes, sir.
I hope you meant what you said.
What?
You said I did a good job.
Oh, you were wonderful. The likeness was uncanny, but I do not like being played with.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Didn't you think I'd work out contingencies for such tricks?
No, you don't understand. I just did what I did because I didn't want him to get suspicious. I wanted your plan to work.
Ah, and it was smart thinking.
So everything worked out okay?
Perfectly. I'll be able to withdraw the company funds at any time.
Nice going, honey.
Yes, the final curtain has come down.
Well, good. That means that we all can go our separate ways now, right?
Excuse me?
Well, time to split. Amanda and I are kind of anxious to get going. I mean, it's time to start that new life together.
Yes, that would be very nice. But I'm afraid it's impossible.
What about Stephen?
Stephen is, he might be getting a cold.
You look awfully upset. I'm okay. I just want to go out and get some air, okay? Excuse me.
You'll be coming right back, right?
I'll be back. Jake, she's very upset.
This whole mess is starting to get to her, what with having to testify and all, you know?
I saw you on the witness stand.
I told you to stay home.
I know, but I couldn't. Are you mad at me?
You know I'm not.
I even stayed out in the hall. I thought maybe if you looked up, you would get distracted. Thank you.
This is so bad. I don't think Cass is interested in me as one of the suspects. Poor John Hudson, on the other hand, I don't know.
Poor Vicky. She got subpoenaed, too.
Why don't we forget about Vicky? How are you feeling?
Kind of bad.
Why?
I want to apologize.
For what?
For making such a complete fool out of myself getting drunk at Tops last night.
I've never seen you get so upset before.
I overreacted.
Can't have children, that hurts. Don't apologize. It's one of the things I love about you, how much you care about things.
Still, getting drunk does not change a thing.
You always remember that, right?
What?
That I love you.
Of course.
I want you to do me a favor and always remember that.
Well, then you do me a favor. Always remember that I love you, okay?
We should be starting soon. All right, thank you very much.
Charlie.
Russ, it's all set.
No, but why? Why would you do this? Why subject yourself to this kind of punishment?
It's not how I see it. I can't just sit back and wring my hands and do nothing. I have to help John.
Charlene, why the hell are you doing this?
Felicia.
Yes. No.
No photographs. You're not supposed to. This man is violating the judge's ban on photograph taking.
It'll be a beautiful picture. You're so beautiful. Just can't stand the thought that we can't be together.
Yes, I know.
Let's run away. Tonight, right after your stepfather's birthday party. We'll be okay, I promise you. I love you.
I love you too.
Then we'll go tonight?
Yes. But not until after his party. I have to try and talk to Noah just one more time. Noah, I have to talk to Noah.
Felicia, honey, are you all right? Felicia? Could she have slipped back into Fanny again?
10:30 on Channel 4.
You take me away to another world.
This doesn't make any sense at all.
What's wrong?
It says father unknown. That's what's wrong.
So maybe it's a mistake or something.
No. I saw a copy of my birth certificate the other day, and it said that Lenny Bolger was my father.
Calm down.
No, Lenny's my father. What?
Don't get so
What's going
uptight. It's
on?
just some old birth certificate, that's all.
It's the original.
Josie, look, that was a long time ago, right? I mean, they didn't have computers back then and nothing like that. Maybe they just put it out wrong.
Mama said she lost the original.
Okay, maybe she did, all right? Maybe she did. Maybe there's just some kind of mix-up or something, and that's all it was, all right?
Yeah, that must be what it is. It's a mix-up or
See, now
something.
you're thinking, Josie, that's all it is.
Then why was my mom so upset? It's not right. Something's really wrong.
Just take it easy, Josie.
No, I have
Josie, will you take it easy? Stop, hold on. Josie! Josie!
Felicia, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I was just remembering something.
You really had us worried.
I'm sorry.
Charlene, I don't need anybody fighting my battles.
Why do you have to do this all alone?
Don't get on the stand. You have no idea what Cass can do to you.
You deserve to have your name cleared, and that's just what I'm going to do, whether Cass Winthrop likes it or not.
Charlene, don't.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Wald's gonna have a few more words with you, please.
Yes.
Getting any more cheap shots today, Counselor? Excuse me. You know that you could stoop so low.
I have nothing to say to you, John.
You really think I did it?
I know that Felicia didn't do it. And I have to convince a jury that I'm right. If they think that somebody else did it, that's fine with me.
All rise, please. All rise.
Be seated, please. Is the prosecution ready to proceed?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Let's get started then.
The state calls Charlene Watts.
Charlene Watts.
Mr. Winthrop asked me if I knew why my brother had been dishonorably discharged, and I told him that no, I didn't.
And was John Hudson there at this time?
That's when he showed up, yes.
And it was only then that Mr. Winthrop informed you that your brother had been suspected of selling munitions to the enemy?
That's right.
How did Mr. Hudson feel about this?
Objection.
Sustained.
I'll rephrase, Your Honor. Mrs. Watts, did John Hudson say anything when he got the news?
Yes, he did. He was shocked. He assumed that my brother was a career Navy man, that he was honorably discharged, just as I had believed.
And this was weeks after your brother's death?
Yes, several.
So, on the night that Jason Frame was killed, John Hudson knew nothing of these facts?
No, he did not.
Mrs. Watts, can you think of any reason why John Hudson would want to kill your brother?
No, I cannot.
Thank you, Mrs. Watts. Your witness.
What do you mean? It's impossible.
Wait a second. We had a deal, remember?
The trust fund is signed over to you or Julia. You don't need me anymore.
That's true. Unfortunately, it's very true.
Then why can't we all go our separate ways? Could you tell me what the problem is?
Can't let you go.
Dustin, we had a deal.
We had words, idiot. I'm sorry about this, Amanda. I really am. Obviously, you knew.
Look, Dustin.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have made that attempt to keep old Stewart here for another 2 days.
Okay, calm down. What's next?
Where's Jake?
He's down the hall. How was your walk? Fine. How are you?
Yeah, just great.
Still worried about Stephen? What? He's cold. Oh, he'll be fine. What about you?
I heard you threw a few sheets into the wind last night.
Oh, that was so stupid. I'll never do that again.
Relax. You don't always have to be perfect, Marley.
No, I'm serious. That was wrong.
Wrong? Are you gonna start talking about sin sometime soon?
Well, it was wrong. Some things just are.
And sometimes you can't tell which is which. You know, you can let a little gray into your life.
Vicky, getting drunk to escape a problem is wrong. I think that's simple enough.
Some things aren't simple enough. Life gets messy. Things get screwed up.
I don't know.
Do you always have things figured out?
Victoria, people have to make decisions, or at least I think they do. We judge things if we want to or not.
And it's either right or wrong. I mean, there's no compromise.
But you listen to us. We sound like we're in a Philosophy 101 class in high school or something.
Hi.
Hi. Listen, I told Donna I was going to meet her for lunch, okay? You're not testifying until tomorrow, right?
Right.
I've got to run.
Okay.
I'll see you.
Okay, let's make that phone call now.
Boy, these places sure look the same after a while.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen so many stables in one day.
Well, after this one, I got 2 more on the list. I just hope this one doesn't turn out to be a wild goose chase.
Hey, don't get discouraged yet. We haven't even found out if the owner's here.
Hey. Who are you? What are you doing here?
We're here looking for Mr. Newberry.
You don't keep a horse here.
No, actually, we don't, but we're looking for Mr.
Hey,
Newberry.
no one allowed in here except owners. Come on, out.
Actually, Mr. Newberry, we're here to find an owner.
Mr. Newberry's in Kentucky. I'm Jeff. Like I said, no one's allowed in here
Hey,
except...
mister, do you keep a horse here named Midnight?
Lots of horses come and go. I just do my job. Now, I can't really do it if I'm standing here talking to you, can I?
I guess not.
Hey, we're not leaving. Did you see the expression on his face when you mentioned the name of the horse?
Hey, Caroline, you know something? You're a very pretty woman.
What?
Look, I think the guy would rather talk to a beautiful woman than to me.
Jeff? I was wanting to talk to you about something.
What now?
Don't be a sourpuss. Do I really look like somebody who'd steal one of your horses? Hmm?
Sometimes I wish they'd all just disappear anyway.
Oh, that's a really nice vest. Is this the real cowboy style?
I don't know, it's just something I wear.
It's really nice. I was wondering if I could ask you a little favor. I'm really wanting to surprise one of my friends, but we've lost the address.
Yeah?
We've come all the way from New York. All this way. Can you imagine that? No address.
Why don't you look it up in the phone book?
We did, and he's not listed. But I do know that he has a horse called Midnight. Does he keep him here?
Look, I'm not supposed to say anything.
Oh, please, just this once.
He used to board it here a couple of months ago. Black Stallion.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I know, I've seen it. Well, where is it?
Well, after a week or so, he had us take it up to a house he'd rented. It's called Hazelwood, has its own stables.
Well, where's that?
At the end of the Mill Road. You just go till the road runs out, and there she sits. Big white house right to the right.
You're a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Hey! You're never gonna get there today.
Dustin, wait a minute.
I have no interest in what
I know
you have to say.
utter disdain for me.
Well, how perceptive.
Well, then why don't you let her go? She won't say a word.
I have been thinking that. Especially when she looks like that.
Well, then let this thing go.
However, her reporter's mind would destroy me.
I'm telling you.
I said no. Now, we're all going to take a little walk in the woods in a little while and say our goodbyes. A beautiful finale to this whole affair. Lovers dying in each other's arms.
Dustin, now you know they'll come looking for us.
Don't worry. I won't leave any telltale signs for them to find. If they come looking, they won't find. Now, I know this has been a great adventure. But all good things must come to an end.
What do you mean I can't get there today?
The bridge is washed out.
What bridge?
Well, there's one about a mile up the road on the way to Hazelwood.
Okay, is there any other way to get to Hazelwood?
Nope, that's the only road. We had a storm a few days ago. Now every time there's a storm, the bridge washes out.
Well, what are we going to do now?
I don't know, I guess I have to wait till tomorrow.
Look, I can't wait, okay?
Sam, would you please take it easy?
Damn it, Caroline, I've got to find Amanda.
Sam,
Hey,
wait,
if you're in a hurry,
please.
forget about it. You can't drive up there. The roads wind up in the hills. It'll take forever.
Then let me have one of your horses.
No way.
All right, look. Tell you what. Take this money, donate it to your favorite charity, but just saddle a horse for me, okay?
Pleasure doing business with you. Hope you know what you're doing. You're never going to get there today.
Caroline, take the car back to Bay City, talk to the cops, tell them what's going on. We're going after Amanda.
Sam, be careful.
And we're gonna die.
I will not stay here and obey orders.
You will do what I say.
You can't force somebody to do something like this.
I can force you. Because you're not just someone. You're a mother. And the baby needs her mother. What are you doing?
I'm getting out. Get out of my way!
You're not. You're staying here. You're staying here. You're going to do everything I say. Everything.
I don't want to do this.
I think you should change your mind. both of your performances to be fantastic. As if your lives depended on it. I thought a mother with a child who wanted to see her husband would try a lot harder. I need your help, Amanda. And you need mine.
Wait a second, we had a deal, remember?
The trust fund is signed over to you or Julia. You don't need me anymore.
That's true. Unfortunately, it's very true.
Then why can't we all go our separate ways? Did you tell me what the problem is?
Can't let you go.
Dustin, we had a deal.
We had words, idiot. I'm sorry about this, Amanda. I really am. Obviously, you knew.
Look, Dustin.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have made that attempt to keep old Stewart here for another 2 days.
Okay, calm down. What's next?
We're all going to take a little walk in the woods in a little while and say our goodbyes. A beautiful finale to this whole affair. Lovers dying in each other's arms.
Dustin, you know they'll come looking for us.
Don't worry. I won't leave any telltale signs for them to find. If they come looking, they won't find. I know this has been a great adventure. But all good things must come to an end.
He's gonna kill us.
Come here.
He's gonna kill us.
No, he's not.
He doesn't want to die. Would you like to do the talking for me?
Just making sure.
Dr. Peterson's office, please. Thank you.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, thanks. Still ringing.
Yeah.
But you certainly knew whether or not John Hudson was upset when he left the farm and went looking for Jason Frayne.
Yes, he was upset, but he had no motive to kill my brother.
But you just said he was angry.
Well, do you kill everyone you're angry with, Cass?
Only in my dreams. Why was John Hudson so angry? Wasn't it because he had just learned what Jason did in Vietnam?
No, I already told you. He didn't know about that. Nobody did until after Jason was dead.
Well, if John wasn't angry about Jason's black marketeering, then what was it?
He was just... He was upset with the way that Jason had... He was just angry, okay?
No, I'm sorry. It's not okay.
Your Honor, counsel is badgering this witness.
I'll stop when she answers my question.
You're overruled, Miss Graves. The witness is instructed to answer the question.
Jason had said some things.
To John?
No, to me. We had a fight.
About what?
Things, different things.
Sorry, Mrs. Watts. You have to be more specific.
It was nothing. It was an argument. We had them all the time.
This particular argument was so serious that it sent John Hudson looking for your brother.
I didn't want him to go.
This particular argument, what was it about?
Jason just... I was very upset, and I was going to leave the farm.
You mean move out?
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty drastic thing to do. Just over an argument, don't you think? What did he say to you?
I told him that I wouldn't help him.
Help him with what?
You know.
Yes, I do know, but would you please tell the court?
My brother was always coming up with these schemes, these crazy things, and he was very upset about the lawsuit. And I had told him that I wouldn't help him anymore.
So you had words?
Yes. He was very angry. I had never seen him this angry. And he even...
Even what? What did he do? Did he threaten you? What did he say?
Objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Graves, you opened up this line of questioning when you asked Mrs. Watts to testify as to Mr. Hudson's state of mind.
I realize that, Your
Therefore,
Honor.
Mr. Winthrop is entitled to pursue it. Proceed, please.
You said that Jason was angry enough to even... What? What did he do?
Threatened me.
I'm sorry, you have to speak up.
He threatened me.
Physically?
No.
How did he threaten you?
Please, Your Honor, this it has nothing to do with the murder.
Please answer the question.
How did he threaten you, Mrs. Watts?
He told me that he would tell John about me.
Tell John what about you? What would he tell?
About my past.
About your past? What could possibly be so horrible about your past that Jason would threaten you with it? Mrs. Watts? If you don't tell us what it is that is so threatening, or that was so threatening, we have no reason to believe any of your testimony about John Hudson. Now, you said that Jason threatened to tell John about your past. What was so terrible about your past, Mrs. Watts? So terrible about your past, Mrs. Watts? Come on, answer the question!